Can we just stop with trying to turn our politicians into some kind of beauty/popularity contest? In Canada, we have a new PM, Mark Carney. Does he have six-pack abs? Maybe. I don't know. Do I ever want to see him, like, spray tanned? No. Do I hope to God he's a good PM? Yeah. He went to Harvard for finance and then Oxford for finance. And then he took a job at Goldman Sachs where he basically calculated the risk of Goldman Sachs loaning money to countries. And then he worked for Bank of Canada where he did almost the exact same thing. So, like, he understands the economy and the risks thereof. I couldn't be more fucking excited that he's boring. But you're saying it like, oh my god, he's probably not gonna hang out with Paris Hilton. Like, ugh. There will be nothing to Instagram about this dude. First of all, he understands math. That alone is going to piss off Trump. Second, he does not seem like the kind of guy who's going to, like, play along with Trump. Thank you. Because my true fear was that PP was going to get in, and 2 seconds later he was going to be licking Trump's boots. But this guy likes to sit down with an Excel spreadsheet and, like, run the numbers, and that's not a reason to poke at him. Do you want to know who the best musicians are? The ones that aren't camera ready. Do you want to know who the best artists are? The ones that never want to leave their house, that don't want to have to go to a gallery show and explain their art to you. And do you know who the best politicians are? The people who know what the hell they're doing for their jobs, regardless of where they fall on the golden fucking curve. Well, his suits are kind of boring, and he's kind of boring, and he hasn't had any scandal. Yay! Fucking yay! Well, you know, he was a backup hockey player at Harvard. First of all, Harvard's hockey team. Second of all, he got on the team. You know how many people didn't? Is he the most perfect candidate who ever candidated? No. He's not PP, so he's definitely better. But Canada has a guy who understands global economics and actually worked for the companies that are most likely to fuck up the global economy. He understands the inherent risk. He got paid for it in the private sector, and then he brought it to the public sector. I hope he's the most boring thing we've ever heard. I hope on the weekends he has nothing better to do but dust his cuckoo clocks. But please stop with this, like, well, he never dated a supermodel. He's not Gavin Newsom, and I see that as a win. Like, can we just be happy with a candidate that looks like us? Because one of the greatest parts about Canada is we keep on trying to get it right. We don't always get it right, but, like, on the we keep on trying, because it's a careful balance between, like, protecting our national resources and making money off of our national resources. Making sure everybody has everything they need, but figuring out how to pay for it. Like, at the very least, Canada doesn't give up. They keep on trying to find the right solutions for its citizens, which is rare. I will forever give the example that Louisiana, I will forget what it is, but the oil spill, that offshore drilling thing, Canada was getting hammered by the oil industry for not allowing offshore drilling off the coast of Canada. They had, I think it was 3 sites that they were testing to make sure that they were safe. And the oil industry just kept hammering Canada with, what are you doing? You're losing out on billions of dollars. Drill, baby, drill. And then Louisiana happened, and Canada was like, see? This is why sometimes we go a little low and slow. Because, you know, like the mussel farmers and PEI can't really farm mussels if the water is completely oil. You know, we have a thriving fisherman industry. If they can't fish for the fish, the industry dies. So, like, you know, yes, we take it slow sometimes. For a reason. You know, Canadians seem so reasonable and rational. It's a reflection of where we're from. Our government does it. Do they always get it right? No. But slow and steady wins the unsexy race every time. We don't want to have a beer with our leaders. I mean, okay, some of us with Trudeau, but if you saw Trudeau on the street, he's, like, mildly attractive. For politics, he's good looking. But that shouldn't be the bar. I am happiest knowing that my politicians have no idea what's going on with Love Island, but that they would be in an absolute position to understand how best to negotiate a trade deal and cut the US out of it. My heart will go on, sir. A Celine Dion to you. So can we please stop with the boring? Because, you know, Canada, the place that tries to put the right people in the right positions, like the head of, well, what the Americans would call Health and Human Services, is a doctor. You'll never guess who's in charge of education. Former teacher. I know, it's crazy, right? But let's stop calling it boring. As a matter of fact, let's encourage more boring. People who love their jobs and love what they do and just want to do it to the best of their ability without having to Instagram hashtag, oh, I met Oprah today. Like, you know, certain female politicians in DC who thought it was more important to pose in pink suits than to do anything functional besides insider trade. Pay attention to which women got the invitation to the pink suit party and didn't. Those are